I think connected learning is learning that engages us in what we want to know and learn from the world around us in real time. And it can happen in the classroom, but even more now in an online environment through virtual domains. I see it as a way to cultivate our own learning experiences based on our interests, using the information that is readily available to us nowadays on the internet and connecting with this information through people, tools, and resources across digital platforms.
Connected learning, I would say, is making connections with information you already know and putting it to use in your learning time. So I would expect my students to be engaged in their learning and showing initiative in wanting to produce their work or investigate further. So we talk about text to self, text to world, text to text connections. Connected learning, I would say, is accessing your prior knowledge and wanting to do more with that.
In my mind, a global digital citizen is one that is engaged, aware on many levels, and open to communication with others via digital means. They're critical thinkers who are continually learning the skills.
A global digital citizen would be something that the children are aware of their own learning and their own country and space, and then extending themselves out to other countries, other nationalities, other cultures. So being a global learner is understanding and acceptance. And I think that in a digital world, that would be the communication that they're putting in place. So understanding and respecting other cultures or countries, understanding that the different scenarios that people don't live the way that we live, how we are. But being a citizen, it's like being a digital native. They've grown up with technology, and these kids are understanding what is able to be done with that work and putting their knowledge out there and learning more from other people. So being comfortable with where they can communicate online and using technology to the best of their ability.
I think it's absolutely important. We want our students to be able to live in this rapidly growing, fast-paced world, knowing that it's important to connect with not only the people around them, but also the wider global community, and realise the importance of working collaboratively with others to learn with them and from them, to not only broaden their knowledge and skill sets, but to be responsible people in life and hopefully have an impact on the world and realise how they can make a positive contribution and difference to the world in which they live.
Yes, I do think it's important to globalise our students. When students walk through the door of the classroom, you never know and can assume what pathway they've been on and what their previous experience is like. So if they've lived in a small suburb and just look in the local community, then that's all their knowledge is from their parents and family. It's our job to show them experiences and look into different areas of being a global citizen. So exploring and researching is really powerful with children and gives them that bit more curiosity about what is happening on the other side of the world. For example, we have a Chinese tutor that calls us from Beijing, and that blows the children's minds that they're speaking to somebody on the other side of the world in a different time zone, and really expands what they know of what is normal and what is here and what is around and opportunities that arise for them, preparing them for jobs that we don't even know if they exist in the future, or jobs that we can't think about in the normal realms.
Well, we're always creating engagement by integrating age-appropriate digital lessons, softwares, programs, apps, and interactive games into every lesson of the day. And it may be a big or small component of any lesson, but it's always there. I guess it really needs to be weaved throughout the entire curriculum, and we monitor the content and guide their learning, but we also allow the children to take ownership of the learning the skills to be able to problem solve through situations, allow them to make mistakes, take risks, and figure out ways to improve their learning using digital technologies as a tool to help them.
With anything that we present to children, it needs to be exciting and engaging in order to get the best out of them and produce best learning. So I think back to when computers were first introduced in my school. We had 6 among 3 grades, and we were just plonked in front of the computer just to pretty much use for publishing purposes. And I didn't understand what it could be done on the computers until I started teaching with technology. Using interactive whiteboards and games and hook the lesson with a digital source, the children are really energized and excited about their learning. They understand how to use the computer sometimes better than we do, and we give them that opportunity to explore and show us what they're able to do. So with that inquiry mindset, they're looking at how they can show something in a different way or how they could use a program, and it's really exciting for them to be engaged in technology.